Hey, it's Lee Hatfield from Pasadena, Maryland. It's about halfway between Baltimore and Annapolis. This is my 77 Dodge B100. I've had for about 10 years. I bought it from someone and it had been sitting for about 10 years. So the engine was locked up, the interior was trashed, so the sunroof has leaked, and I started my project of love. So outside, the first thing I think you notice is the tilt front end. It's on actuator, so it's electronically opened and closed. I did have the hood done by Ken Super B Schwartz before I decided to do a tilt front end, and then molded the hood into the fenders, cut the fenders off, molded all the flares in, and then made a phantom grille out of aluminum stock. So it's kind of one of a kind. I have actuators, so they open one at a time, but they're all on one switch, so they do it simultaneously. The front doors have been made to be gull wing. I have the mirror covers all molded in, and then there's an angle opening on the front window with 3 ports on it, made out of 3 different muffler types. Just 3 different sizes, just the smallest down to the biggest one. All the flares molded in, the running boards are molded in. They're Gambler wheels. They were on the van when I had it. I tried to find another set from other van, but pretty much impossible to find at this point. Zoomies on both sides coming out, 4 pipes. I have a NorCal wing on the roof. There were 2 plastic sunroofs that were both broken and leaking. I have a glass sunroof on the back now. In the front half of the van, I actually cut the roof off a Cadillac and molded the sunroof in, so it's retractable into the van, and it's got the drainage system, so didn't have to worry about leaks. So yeah, you see the retractable sunroof in there. Came off, I think it was a early 2000s Cadillac. So. The front and back side marker lights are covered with a Chevelle marker on side. I have the very common Challenger Charger fuel cap on it. On the back, it's the original barn doors on the bottom, which are all metal, still open up the way they should. The top is fiberglass, half gull wing. And then they're Cadillac tail lights, but I end up putting 2 on each side, so there's 4 Cadillac lights on it. The roll pan is off of a pickup roll pan I found and molded in, and then I had to form the corners to wrap it all the way around. But it's kind of just unique again because the doors open 3 different ways. So on the rear corner, there's dual French antennas. They're all the way down at the point, but just molded into the corner. Just tried to mold everything that I could into the van. Then on this side, it's a J&J fiberglass gull wing door. And then the front doors, you'll see the other side I have it open. So both of the front doors have been made to be gull wing as well. They're the original doors, they're steel. I went through about 8 different types of hinges trying to figure out one that works, and we finally got one that worked, and then had a heck of a time trying to get it open. I wanted to try to do it with 1 piston, but if one wasn't strong enough to open the door, or if I did, it was too strong, it would cock the door when it did, so ultimately had to do 2 struts on the front.
Hey, let's see what you got inside here now. Oh, the old barrel seats.
The old barrel seats. These are made out of whiskey barrels. I did have Kirk from CustomVan.com upholster them for me to match the interior. It's all hand tufted buttons, 2-inch hand tufted button. So on the walls, 1 inch on the ceilings. Wraparound seats with mirror, but then obviously I wanted to go full 70s, so I did the bubble tubes. Got some acrylic tubes. Plumbed them, hooked them up to aquarium fish tank bubblers, and then lit them up, Again, the on the front, the retractable sunroof, and it can either open up like a traditional one or slide all the way back.
Yeah.
The overhead console is built on a hinge, two little tabs on it, then it just swings down. I've changed out the gauges. You know, I've kept the original gauge cluster, but changed out the gauges, the tach and the speedometer down below. The rest are up in the console. And then just again tufted everything. Went crazy. I forget how many yards of material are in this.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
The other things someone asked me about was why the thick padding on the floor. And my answer was, back in the late 70s, I worked at a van shop, and that's how we did it. But we did it for two reasons. One, you can take it out. You know, it just completely comes out. You know, so if you want to haul something, or if it's a uniform shape, you can just not take it out, but just flip it over and still have plywood on the back if you need to haul something. But it made for great sleeping as well. I've slept in here the last couple of nights.
Well, you know, the other thing too, a lot of, like in my van, the same thing. The whole time you're in there, you're on your knees.
Oh yeah, this is super comfortable.
That's a knee saver, you know. I mean, you really, the whole time you're in the van, you're on your knees. So
it is, and it's
not that you're in there a lot, but when you are,
it's 2 inches. It's super soft, and
it helps.
but again, I can take them out completely if I need to haul something. Then have the liquor cabinet. Don't have the lights installed yet, but the wine glasses and wine bottles inside.
Very nice. Let me get a shot of this front end here. With
Stand back and let him do the video.
Captain Kirk did a nice job on him.
He did. I wanted it two-tone with to match the walls and the ceiling, and he did a great job with them. I did have to cut down the swivel seat base. I wanted to keep them where they would swivel, but with the whiskey barrels, they were just a little too tall. They're 6 inches standard, so I cut them down to 3 inches, re-welded them, but kept the function so they would swivel all the way around.
Very nice. You got the padded dash.
Padded dash, and I tried to tuft everything I could. So.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So I put a divider wall between that and the wraparound couch in the back with the bubble tubes in it. I did a wraparound couch. I did mirror on the bottom just for light and reflection. And then again, I had Kurt from CustomVan.com make my cushions just so they would match the walls and ceiling. And then the back doors are again all with the red tufted velvet, just trying to tie it all in. So one of the questions is, how hard is it to close the front doors? It's not, so it's just down on it and, you know, get it open up. So just don't want to bang your head on them. But that's, oh, thank you. Yeah, I want to, someone smacking their head. Well, thanks for watching the video. I said, I've been in banding since mid to late 70s, then got out of it for a long time, jumped back in. Banding didn't go away, but it's on its way back and coming back strong. So grab a van, fix it up any way you want. That's the beauty of a van, and get out there and go vanning.